You just got that promotion. You're finally making six figures. And the first thing you do, you walk into a dealership and finance a $60,000 SUV because, hey, you deserve it, right? You've worked hard. But here's the problem. That one decision just pushed your retirement back by 7 years, and you have no idea. Look, I see this pattern over and over again. Someone starts making more money, and instead of getting wealthier, they just get better at being broke. And nowhere is this more obvious than with cars. My name is Rayhan, and I spend way too much time thinking about why smart people make terrible financial decisions with vehicles. If you're someone who feels like you're making decent money but can't seem to get ahead, or if you keep wondering why your friends who make less than you somehow have more in savings, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're talking about the 5% rule. It's simple, it's brutal, and almost nobody follows it. But the people who do, they're the ones building actual wealth, while everyone else is just driving around in it. Here's the rule. The total value of all your vehicles should never exceed 5% of your net worth. Not 5% of your income, not 5% of what you think you'll be worth someday, 5% of what you're actually worth right now. Let me give you a concrete example, because this is where it gets really interesting. Let's say you have $50,000 in net worth. That's your savings, your retirement accounts, the equity in your home if you own one, minus all your debts. If you have $50,000 in net worth, you should be driving a car worth no more than $2,500. Yeah, I know, you probably just had a physical reaction to that number. Stay with me. Now, if you have $200,000 in net worth, you can justify a $10,000 vehicle. $500,000? You're looking at $25,000 in cars. And if you're a millionaire with a net worth of $1 million, congratulations, you can drive a $50,000 car without it destroying your financial future. Here's what most people don't realize. The average new car in America costs about $48,000 right now. The average household net worth in the US, according to the Federal Reserve's most recent survey of consumer finances, it's around $192,000. But here's the thing, that number is heavily skewed by wealthy households. The median net worth, which is a much better representation of the typical American family, is only about $121,760. So let me do the math for you. If the median household is following the 5% rule, they should be driving cars worth a combined total of roughly $6,000. But instead, they're financing vehicles worth 8 times that amount. Look, this isn't about judgment. This is about understanding why so many people feel stuck financially. A study done by Experian found that the average auto loan payment in America is now $739 per month for new cars and $525 for used cars. That's nearly $9,000 a year going straight to car payments. Think about that for a second. $9,000 a year. For 30 years, that's $270,000. But wait, it gets worse. If you invested that $9,000 annually in a basic index fund, averaging a 10% return, you'd have over $1.6 million. You're not just spending $270,000 on cars, you're giving up $1.6 million in retirement money to drive nicer cars today. Now you might be thinking, Rayhan, come on, I need a reliable car. I can't risk breaking down on me. And I get it, I really do. But here's where we need to talk about the psychology, because that's actually what's driving these terrible decisions, pun intended. We've been conditioned to believe that our car is a reflection of our success. When you show up to a meeting in a loaded BMW, you feel like you're signaling that you've made it, someone important, someone successful. But here's the brutal truth. The only thing you're actually signaling is that you're willing to sacrifice your future for validation today. I want you to think about the wealthiest person you know personally. Not a celebrity, someone you actually know. Think about what they drive. I bet it's not what you expected, is it? There's this fascinating study done by Dr. Thomas Stanley, the guy who wrote The Millionaire Next Door, and he found that the average millionaire drives a car that's about 4 years old and costs around $35,000. Not $100,000, not a brand new luxury vehicle every 2 years. A modest, reliable car that they keep for a while. Here's the thing. Actual wealthy people understand that cars are depreciating assets. The moment you drive that new car off the lot, it loses between 10 to 20% of its value. In the first year alone, it'll lose about 20 to 30% total. A $50,000 car becomes a $35,000 car in 12 months, and you did nothing but drive it. Wealthy people hate that. They hate watching money evaporate. So they buy sensible cars, or they buy slightly used cars where someone else already ate that depreciation, and they drive them until the maintenance costs don't make sense anymore. But people who are pretending to be wealthy, they need the newest model. They need everyone to see them in it. They're spending their wealth instead of building it. Let me break down what this actually costs you in a way that makes it impossible to ignore. Let's compare two scenarios. We'll call them Sarah and Jessica. Both are 30, both make $75,000 a year. Both have about $30,000 in net worth right now. Sarah follows the 5% rule. Her net worth says she should have no more than $1,500 in vehicles. So she buys a reliable used Honda Civic for $8,000 cash. Yeah, she goes a little over the rule, but she pays cash and commits to driving it for 10 years while she builds wealth. Jessica, she feels like she's worked hard and deserves something nice. So she finances a $35,000 Toyota RAV4. With interest, she's paying $650 a month for 6 years. That's $46,800 total by the time the loan is paid off. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Sarah takes that $650 that Jessica is paying each month and invests it. Just a basic S&P 500 index fund. She does this every single month for 6 years while Jessica is making car payments. After 6 years, Sarah has contributed $46,800, just like Jessica. But because of compound growth at an average 10% annual return, Sarah's investment account has grown to about $61,000. But wait, we're not done. Now Jessica owns her car outright. It's worth maybe $18,000 now due to depreciation. She's got an asset worth $18,000 and $0 in her investment account from those car payments. Sarah has her $8,000 car that's now worth maybe $4,000, but she's got $61,000 invested. Her net worth from this decision alone is $65,000. Jessica's is $18,000. Sarah is $74,000 wealthier than Jessica from one decision made 10 years ago. But it compounds even further. Let's say both of them continue their patterns. Sarah keeps driving that Civic and investing the money, while Jessica, well, her car is 6 years old now. She feels like she needs something newer, something more reliable. So she trades it in and finances another $35,000 vehicle. Fast forward to age 60. Sarah has continued investing that $650 monthly for 30 years. Her investment account, not counting any other savings, is now worth approximately $1.4 million. Plus, she's been buying modest cars with cash every 10 years or so, maybe spending $60,000 total on vehicles over her lifetime. Jessica has financed a new car every 6 years for 30 years. She's paid roughly $280,000 in car payments plus interest. Her cars have given her exactly $0 in return because they've all depreciated to nearly nothing. The difference? Sarah retires a millionaire. Jessica is still working, wondering why she can't get ahead despite making good money her entire life. This is the 5% rule in action. This is what people ignore. Look, I know what you're thinking. You've got objections running through your head right now. Let me address them. But Rayhan, I need a safe car for my family. Absolutely, safety is non-negotiable. But here's the thing. A 5-year-old Honda Accord or Toyota Camry with modern safety features is just as safe as a brand new luxury SUV. The IIHS Top Safety Awards go to plenty of vehicles you can buy used for under $20,000. Safety doesn't require financing a $50,000 car. I need a reliable car for work. I can't risk breaking down. Fair point. But reliability doesn't mean new. Toyota and Honda have been making reliable cars for decades. A well-maintained used vehicle with service records is incredibly reliable. Plus, let's do the math. Even if you have to put $2,000 a year in maintenance on a used car, that's still way less than the $7,800 you're paying in car payments on a new one. But the interest rates on used cars are higher than new cars. You're right, which is why the 5% rule typically means buying cars with cash, not financing them at all. When you're buying a $5,000 or $10,000 car, you save up and pay cash. No interest, no monthly payment, no stress. I just got a raise, I can afford the payment. This is the most dangerous mindset of all. Here's what most people don't realize. When you get a raise, that's not money you can afford to spend. That's money you can afford to invest. Every dollar you earn above your current lifestyle is a dollar that can work for you for the rest of your life. Let me give you a different way to think about it. When you finance a car, you're not buying a car, you're renting money to buy a depreciating asset. The bank is making money off you through interest, and the car manufacturer already made their money. You're the only one losing in this transaction. Here's the mental shift you need to make, and this is really important. Stop thinking of your car as a reflection of you. Your car is a tool. That's it. It's a metal box with wheels that gets you from point A to point B. It's no different than your washing machine or your microwave. You wouldn't finance a luxury microwave for 6 years just because it has a nicer display, would you? The car you drive says nothing about your success. Nothing. You know what actually demonstrates success? Having money, having investments, having options, having the freedom to quit a job you hate because you've built up enough wealth to take a risk. That Mercedes in your driveway isn't success. It's an illusion of success that's actively preventing you from achieving actual success. I've got a friend, let's call him Marcus. Marcus makes about $120,000 a year in tech. Great salary. He drives a 2014 Honda Fit that he bought for $9,000 5 years ago. People at his work give him crap about it sometimes. Dude, you're a senior engineer. Why are you driving that thing? You know what Marcus did with the money he didn't spend on car payments? He built up a net worth of $680,000 by age 38. He's on track to retire by 50 if he wants to. His coworkers who make the same salary and drive $60,000 trucks, they've got maybe $150,000 saved. They're going to work until they're 65 minimum. Who's winning? So here's what you do right now, today. Step 1, calculate your actual net worth. Add up everything you own that has value, savings accounts, retirement accounts, home equity, other investments, then subtract all your debts, mortgage, student loans, credit cards, car loans, everything. That's your real net worth. And be honest with yourself. This only works if you're honest. Step 2, calculate 5% of that number. That's what you should have in vehicles, total. If you're married, this is for both cars combined. Step 3, look at what you're actually driving. How much is it worth? How much do you owe on it? Are you way over the 5% rule? If you're over, you've got some decisions to make. Can you sell the car, pay off the loan, and buy something cheaper with what's left? Yeah, you might take a loss. You might have to eat some of that depreciation. But you know what? You're going to eat it eventually. The question is whether you want to eat it now and move on, or keep eating it month after month while also paying interest. Step 4, commit to the rule going forward. The next car you buy, make sure it fits within 5% of your net worth at that time. Better yet, make it your goal to increase your net worth to the point where the car you want to drive fits within the 5% rule. That's how you use this rule as motivation to build wealth, not as a way to justify buying more car. Step 5, take whatever you were paying in car payments and automate it into investments. Set up an automatic transfer. Every month, that money goes into your retirement account or a brokerage account before you can spend it on something else. This is how you catch up on all those years you spent making car payments. Look, here's the thing that makes me frustrated about all of this. We live in a culture that's designed to keep you broke. Car commercials don't show you the math. They show you attractive people living exciting lives, and they imply that buying their car will make you feel like that. Dealerships don't sit you down and explain opportunity cost. They ask you what monthly payment you can afford and then structure a loan to match it, even if that means stretching it out to 84 months. Nobody's looking out for your financial future except you. The 5% car rule isn't about driving a worse car. It's about understanding the actual cost of your decisions. It's about recognizing that every dollar you spend on a car beyond what you need is a dollar that can't grow for you. It's about having the discipline to delay gratification now so you can have actual freedom later. And here's what's crazy. Once you start following this rule, once you stop caring what other people think about your car, something amazing happens. You start sleeping better at night. You stop feeling that low-grade anxiety about money. You stop living paycheck to paycheck even though you make good money. You start feeling like you're actually getting somewhere. Because you are. I want to end with this. I know this video might have made you uncomfortable. If you're sitting there right now in a car that costs way more than 5% of your net worth, you might be feeling defensive or attacked. That's not my intention. My intention is to show you the math, to show you what this decision actually costs. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you understand the real cost, you can make a different choice. You can keep doing what you're doing, and in 30 years, you'll be exactly where you're headed right now. Or you can make a change. You can decide that building actual wealth is more important than driving a nice car. You can be the person who retires early, who has options, who doesn't stress about money. The path is there. It's simple. It's just not easy because it requires you to think differently than everyone around you. But that's exactly what wealthy people do. They think differently. So calculate your net worth. Look at that 5% number and ask yourself, is my car helping me build wealth or is it preventing me from building wealth? The answer to that question will determine your financial future. If this video helped you see things differently, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I make videos like this every week about the financial decisions that actually matter. And if you want to go deeper on this stuff, I've got a whole playlist on buying cars intelligently that I'll link in the description. Thanks for watching. Now go do the math on your own situation. You might not like what you find, but at least you'll know the truth. And the truth is the first step to changing your financial life. I'll see you in the next one.